Alright guys, get ready for this. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith and Burger King.
Hey there, my name is Chris and you're watching ChrisCrossMedia. And it's been a minute.
And we've been making content for over 10 years, I can't believe it, and we talk about our favorite things in fandom, movie, games, and of course, scrapped things in media.
And now we are back, and it feels so good to say that again. So feel free to follow and subscribe, you guys know the drill, as we're going to be taking a lot of fun, nostalgic look-backs coming right up.
Star Wars with the King. Star Wars Episode 3 now playing.
The year's 2005, and I'm the target demo for anything and everything Star Wars and Burger King. You know, just a chubby, bright-eyed child, roughly 14 from Illinois. And trust me, I've always dreamed about being a Jedi, wielding the Force, but the moment you throw Whoppers in there too, guys, it's game over.
Hello there.
Now I must say there were several ideas of how I wanted to tackle this video. One was an all-encompassing iceberg of everything and anything Episode 3, how crazy film tie-ins were back in the day, especially for Episode 3. But as I continued to wait and ponder on what this video could be, I continued to see other awesome YouTubers tackle these ideas, and I certainly didn't want to step on anybody's toes. In fact, I highly recommend you check out this video. It's a fantastic look at how cool it was to be a kid during this era in history.
Can I be honest? The reason why I'm making this video is because I'm on a quest to get to the core reason of why I love Episode 3 so much. And granted, there's a lot of reasons why, but there's just so many ways to define it. And I'm trying to figure out what that actually is. It altered the way I imagine and think creatively. So why was it?
So why don't we just start right here? Let's jump back 20 years, almost 20 years to the day, on May 16, 2005, a mere 3 days before Episode 3 would grace theater screens across the globe for the very first time. Burger King would start its epic promotion of Wave 1 Super D toys released in batches included with your BK Big Kids meal over the course of 6 weeks until June 17th. Now, the geniuses over at Lucasfilm and Burger King decided not just to celebrate Episode 3, but the entire saga as a whole. And these toys came out in different batches, like a variety of different plushies consisting of Chewie and some Jawas, classic wind-up figures of Yoda, Han Solo and General Grievous, water shooters, movie viewers, and lastly a fast food staple, pullback vehicles like the Millennium Falcon and Anakin's pod racer. But of course, with the collectability of 30 figures and toys, there had to be one you just could never find. Now, I remember the frenzy of kids and adults alike trying to get their hands on the very rare chase figure of Darth Vader with an Anakin Skywalker inside, just like a nesting doll. I sadly never got one, I never even saw one in person, but there were whispers, even rumors that they were out there somewhere. And I'd always hope that somehow maybe one fell behind a cabinet or stuck in a refrigerator or something like that, and one day it would just pop up in my bag, but that never happened. And I swear they went full force, pun intended, on the promotion for this film with very elaborate commercials and promotions such as the Choose Your Destiny Scratch-Off Sweepstakes, a game in which every game piece featured a prize. Anything from free food to a $100,000 Sony electronic shopping spree, a $300 singular cell phone package, a family vacation, even $1 million. And I know while I say this, I fell right into their marketing trap, but it worked. There's something about the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. They would just go all in. And being so overexposed to this media and marketing, you couldn't help but feel the hype for whatever that product was. It truly felt like a holiday or a seasonal event. If a studio was willing to put so much effort into showcasing their film, it just had to be a representation of how good that film was, right?
But you don't know what it means, and I kept telling him, remember what that felt like, because you're going to be telling that story for the rest of your life.
At least that's how it felt back then. You know, when movies come out, even today, which is really sad because even good ones, they just feel like they come and they go. They don't really have any lasting history. And when May 19th rolled around, way back when, let me tell you something, I was so mentally hyped and ready.
I was ready to see George Lucas end his saga, to tie in all of his films, his life work, coming full circle. And from that day forward, I truly felt like my life changed. I was in a post-Episode 3 world, a feeling of excitement, joy, sadness, but mostly glee and celebration. Episode 3 was the Star Wars film I was waiting for, the movie I had longed for. I very much remember enjoying the original trilogy at a very young age and having fun with episodes 1 and 2, but episode 3, it just was different. It was now part of my genetic coding, I think. But why was that?
You know, as I wrote the script for this video, I knew I loved the movie. In fact, when I rewatched the movie again for the 20th anniversary, I felt like a little kid again. Like I was watching it for the very, very first time, sitting on the edge of my seat, watching every scene unfold. It was amazing. It was awe-inspiring.
And in 2005, it just felt like a defining moment. What was it about this time in my life that changed me for the better? So let's keep digging, because Burger King wasn't done, and neither am I. I need an answer.
Great.
You have to win that trip to the Caribbean, Dave. So don't blow it, honey. It's your only hope. It's your only hope.
Okay.
It's your only hope.
Yeah.
It's your only hope.
Mm-hmm.
It's your only hope.
Play Choose Your Destiny at BK. Every game piece can win. Star Wars Episode 3 is at theaters.
Now, before we jump right back in and continue talking about Star Wars, I just wanted to take a special moment to thank JoeyBlueJ, a good friend of mine, a YouTuber, and someone who's part of the ChrisCross crew, who helped do a bunch of research for this video. I had a blast, buddy, working on this video with you. And he also did this amazing thumbnail you see right here.
And if you found this video interesting and want more, check out his channel, JoeyBlueJ, where you can watch him design this very thumbnail and listen to us have an extended conversation about our love for episode 3.
Okay, break time's over.
Star Wars is at BK. Star Wars Episode 3 is at theaters.
To capture all the excitement of the new Star Wars Revenge of the Sith toys, we knew we had to give away something big, something really big. We had to give away the ultimate Star Wars Episode 3 prize pack. Enter today at CartoonNetwork.com, and you could win a galaxy of prizes. 500 runners-up will receive one of these electronic lightsabers. The grand prize winner will get all 4, plus an armada of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith toys. Star Wars Galactic Heroes, Force Battlers, Episode 3 action figures, and the Darth Vader voice changer. Enter now at CartoonNetwork.com for your chance to win all of this, plus interactive Call Upon Yoda, battle arenas, blasters, a battalion of vehicles, and the biggest vehicle of all, a 6-foot-long Naboo starfighter, and even more Star Wars toys. The ultimate Star Wars Episode 3 prize pack. It could be all yours to control. And make sure to check out all the toys in your local toy store April 2nd. Enter right now at CartoonNetwork.com. Good luck, and may the Force be with you.
So by now, the movie's out, and we're patiently awaiting its home release. So of course, from November to December of that same year, Burger King is ready with 17 new toys for a Wave 2 as a continuation from the first batch. In a similar fashion, there's Jedi Wisdom figures, which were like 8-ball figurines, these really cool flashlight figurines that would project different silhouettes called Shadowcasters, and lastly, spring launching vehicles dubbed Cosmic Cruisers. And of course, you cannot have a collection without a super rare, hard to find chase toy, and you guessed it, it was Darth Vader, but now with sound effect breathing sounds. And we're not even done there. Like, do you think that they are just going to do 48 collectible toys? Nah, of course not.
Chris, please execute Order 66. Rapper meals from Burger King. I'm a hungry boy today.
Fine. Fine.
Chris, do not forget to get me fries.
Hi, welcome to Burger King. Would you like to try a value meal
Hey,
today?
could I have 66 Whoppers, please? Just the burger?
Did you just say 66?
Mm-hmm.
Este está ordenando unos 66 Whoppers. Échalos ahí.
Also, do you have the Darth Vader toy? It came out in 2005 for Star Wars Episode 3. Do you just have like one that maybe fell
Huh?
in the background or
What?
the closet or freezer? Or someone took it and Al's holding it for me all this time? Maybe. Do you have one, please?
I don't.
Just one, please.
Yeah, so they didn't have the Darth Vader toy again. Are you even listening, or you just want my food? Here, take it.
Now, along with all of these toys, they also sold Episode 3 lenticular gift cards, but the best, and I've saved this for last, was this.
Why isn't this thing lighting?
What'd I tell you about the blasting?
Star Wars is at BK. Get all 6 collectible hologram watches, just $1.99 each with any value meal. Own the DVD now. Own the watches forever.
Now you see, I happen to still own all 6 of these Star Wars hologram watches. I just had to have the entire collection. As you can see here, you flip, and there's 2 different characters. So why don't we take a closer look? There you go, you can take a little closer look. Let's look at all of them, the entire collection.
So we're going to start with episode 1, where it features Darth Maul on one side and Obi-Wan Kenobi on the other. An episode 2 watch with Yoda and Count Dooku. Of course, episode 3 with Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. Now onto the original trilogy with Luke Skywalker and a Stormtrooper. Episode 5 with none other than Boba Fett and Han Solo. And lastly, episode 6 with a slave Leia and Jabba the Hutt.
You know, it's well known that wherever I go, so do these watches. I take really good care of these watches. I never wear them. I didn't even know that they were actually holographic until making this video. You ever just own something that you really, really care for? I know it's silly. These are just a fast food promotion item for Star Wars, but it meant so much to me. You know, my family and my friends, they all know about these watches. They know the story behind these watches. I met my best friend because of these watches. This channel would not exist if it wasn't for these watches. Now, I was a freshman 20 years ago in biology class, and I was talking to some kid I knew, and we were talking about these watches, wanting to collect them. And there's Christian, my now best friend, sitting behind eavesdropping, which is a classic Christian move for anybody that knows him. And well, I could tell you the story of how our friendship bloomed back then, but I'll let us tell you the story roughly 14 years ago, which is pretty fun, so check it out.
First question, of course. How did you guys meet?
Well, basically, we were in freshman year in high school, and Chris had like one friend in class, and I was like the only kid that came from a different school.
Well, I gotta reenact it. So, my friend and I are talking. You're me, okay? So then he turns to me and he goes, "You guys talking about those watches?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I can hook you guys up." And we're like, "Okay, random guy, sure."
Like
so,
drugs.
So next, yeah, that's what it was. And I was like, "Okay." So I'm like, "What's he gonna make us do for the watches? Like, does he want money?" So I like, next day he comes with a big bag and in class, and he's like a boss, and he has all the watches and 2 sets, and this is like one of them. As an example, it comes in these tins.
Nice.
And so there was a total of 6 watches, but there was two friends, so I got a total of like 12 watches.
12 watches. And I remember the teachers like looking at you like, "What are you doing?" And he's had this huge bag, comes in, and it was so awesome. And I'm like, "This kid's all right." And then from then on, it was like we would just talk to each other like nonstop, and
that's that.
There you go.
And the rest is history.
The Star Wars Burger King watch story of how we met.
And you see, I guess this is the genesis of it all. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. A story of 2 brothers, side by side, thick as thieves. It's a story about connection, loss, ups and downs, but hope. A movie that helped spark so many ideas of creativity, from George Lucas to a couple kids in a small suburban area in Illinois. Star Wars is our story. It's the story of this channel. The highs, the lows, the lessons learned. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, Christian and I became brothers. And looking back, I know why this film holds a special place in my heart. It's because I met my best friend, I met my brother. And it's a story that we tell and will continue to tell forever.
I realized while trying to figure out the best way to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith was to celebrate my 20-year-long friendship with Christian. So thank you, George Lucas. Thank you, Star Wars Episode 3. Thank you, Burger King. Thank you, Christian. And thank you for watching this video. Whether you've been with us since the start, found us along the way, or just finding it today, welcome to ChrisCrossMedia, and may the Force be with you always. So, hey, do you want a fry? Here, I can get you a fry. Can you move the cat? Or it's fine.
If you had fun with this video, I highly suggest you check out some of our old classic ChrisCross stuff. But again, we have so many things yet to come, and trust me when I say we are just getting started. Also, don't forget to check out the long, extended, fun conversation I had with JoeyBlueJ over at his channel. I think there will be something on this end screen here. I will say there is a little Easter egg and a tease of what's to come at the end of that video, so stick around through the entire thing. And thank you so much for sticking around with us. It's been some time, but we are here to stay. And also thank you for just excusing the fact that the audio in this video didn't come out the best. Had some technical difficulties, but that is remedied, and I have a new mic on the way, so everything's going to be sounding crispy moving forward. So with that being said, thank you so much. Go get a Whopper, go turn on episode 3, celebrate, enjoy, give your brother or your best friend or your sister, whoever, a hug. We'll see you in the next one, and you've just been ChrisCrossed. Peace out.